guys, welcome back to our channel. In this video we are going to take you on a virtual tour of Rocky Paddock Campground located in the Mount Crawford Forest, South Australia. We are going to split this up into separate sections as it is quite a big campground. Campsite number 1. This is quite a big campsite. It is quite open. You have the field across the road, so you will feel more wind here than in some of the more secluded campsites. So you'll fit a caravan, you'll fit a trailer, you'll fit a couple of cars as well. You also have to go by the guidelines of what the website says, how many cars you're allowed on the site. It is quite slopey, so you will need to prepare for that as well. There are some nice trees in the background. You have a fire pit. Fires are allowed within the correct seasons. Always make sure your fire is out before you leave on your day of departure. If you are running solar, you'll have plenty of sun, so that won't be an issue for you. And you will find more traffic here than the other sites, as this is number 1 and this is the entry to the campground. Site number 2 is surrounded by a lot of trees. You'll have a fire pit. Again, make sure your fire is out before you leave. It's not as big as the site number 1. You probably will fit a trailer tent, little camper trailer on here, and maybe just a single car. Access is easy enough, just past number 1. You have a little roadway there. You won't be getting too much solar on this site because you are surrounded by lots of these beautiful old pine trees. Again, you are quite a distance from the toilets. You're surrounded by these rocks just over here. Kids would probably like to play on them. Looking at site number 3 is quite a big site. You will get a camper trailer on here. Access is easy from the road. You have a fire pit. You have the trees for shade. At a part of the day you will have a decent amount of solar, as you have a clearing just here. It is slopey. It is also a distance from the toilets, probably not walking distance if you're in a bit of a rush. It is a little bit open, so you may feel a little bit of wind from just across there. And there will be traffic coming past. Let's take a look at site number 4 now. We are currently staying on this site, and we chose this one for a few reasons. The clearing for the solar, the trees for the shade. It's a big site. It's off the main road, just onto a side road which takes you just to a few sites below. We have a fire pit, and on the fire pit has a swivel plate, so we can use that for cooking. Big trees. We don't even need to open our awning because we have plenty of shade. Heading over to campsite number 5 now. This one here is a little different. It's fenced off, so you will need to be in a tent. You have plenty of sun, plenty of place to put your tent or whatever you may be sleeping in. You have beautiful rocks in the distance. You're surrounded by trees, so you have plenty of shade also. You have a campfire in this site. Lots of room on this site. It is very slopey. Let's take a look at campsite number 6. This campsite is in between both the roads. So the main road, which drives all the way to number 30, and this road just behind, which just drives in just to a few of the sites. This one has quite a lot of tree cover, but it also offers somewhere to park your caravan or your camper trailer with a big clearing in the sky for the solar. You have a campfire and trees for the kids to climb. Looking at campsite number 7 now. It's quite a big site. You will fit your caravan here. Easy access. There's decent clearing for any solar that you may require. It is on quite a slope though, so you will need to allow for that. You'll have a fire pit. It can get quite windy here, as you may hear, and a lot of room here as well. But you will fit plenty of vehicles here. Looking at site number 8 now, is quite a good size. Easy access off the side road from the main road. You have a fire pit. You probably won't get a large caravan in here for sure. You'd probably have to be happy with tents, maybe a small camper trailer. There's access quite easy enough, and you will get some sun for your solar. It is on quite a bit of a slope, so you'll need to allow for that. Over to site number 9. This is quite a small site. It's fairly wide, but there's not a lot of access for many vehicles. So you'd probably get a camper trailer in here. It is quite shaded for the most part. There is a bit of a clearing. On a good day, you'll probably get a decent amount of sun for part of the day. This one has a fire pit. It is quite flat, most of it, apart from just the odd tree roots here and there. Access is easy from the side road. Looking at site number 10 is a decent sized site, although you may not get high vehicles in. You have low hanging branches of the trees. But walking into the site is a very big area. You have a fire pit. You have a lot of shade. There is a small clearing for any solar. It is on a bit of a slope though. Access is easy, just from the side road there that comes off the main road. You would easily fit a few vehicles on there. Looking at site 11, this has very big area also. Most of it's quite level, except for a couple of trees, stumps, rocks, and tree roots. You have a nice little fire pit over here. It is quite shaded by the trees. There wouldn't be a great deal of option for the sun. We're at campsite number 12 now, although the road is quite narrow on the way on the track up to this site. But you have a big area here. You will get a bit of solar. There is a decent clearing of the trees. You'll get a few vehicles on here. Has a nice campfire also with a swivel plate, so you can do your cooking on there if you wish. You have two-way access, so you have the track just over there, and you also have this one, making it easier to get into the site. Over here at site 13 now, it's quite narrow to get into off the main road. You probably wouldn't get your caravan in here, but you'd certainly be able to fit a camper trailer. Nothing extravagant though. One-way access off the main road just there, surrounded by lots of trees and beautiful shrubs. You do have a campfire here. The site is relatively flat towards the back end of it, but coming through from the road, it is quite slopey. And there's a little pathway just there, straight over to the toilets. It is quite near the road, so you may see a decent amount of traffic. Looking at site number 14 now. You will possibly get a camper trailer in here beside the large boulder and the tree. Access is easy enough, but you're certainly not going to get anything taller as you have overhanging trees, branches that are quite low. It's even on the first part, but as you walk through to where the fire pit is, it slopes quite a bit. There is plenty of clearing for the solar. Access is easy, but again, this is probably ideal more for the people with tents type setup. And the best part about it, you don't have to go far if you need to go to the toilet. Here we have site 15. This is quite a small site, and you're certainly not going to fit your caravan and possibly not even your camper trailer on this site. There is a lot of shade from the trees and some nice rocks as a backdrop. There's a fire pit with a swivel, which is cool for cooking. Access isn't too great, so you're best with a tent on this one. The ground is quite uneven for the most part. You probably will see a fair amount of traffic as the toilet blocks are just across the way. If you're looking for solar, you probably will see a good part of the sun for the day. Thanks for watching our video, guys. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, how about give us a thumbs up. If you want to be kept up to date with our latest videos on tips and hacks and mods and reviews, recipes, all sorts, while we prepare for our big lap, to help you prepare for your big lap, hit the subscribe button. And you can also find us on Facebook at Big Lap on a Budget. You can find us on Instagram as well. And you can also find us on the internet at biglaponabudget.com.au. So we'll see you in our next video. Take care. Bye for now.